Jermell is a great kid. I've watched him grow a lot. Both of them are like family, but this is also a business. I don't pick and choose my fights, I just fight. So would I fight him? Yes, I would. And if it presents itself, I think we have to put on the fight to see who wins. That's definitely a fight I need because I'm looking to unify all the belts. Those are the words of WBA World Super Welterweight Champion, or light middleweight, whichever you prefer, Erislandy Lara, talking about the prospect of fighting the WBC champion at that same weight, Jermell Charlo. For those of you who are familiar with the Charlo brothers, I think it's fair to say that Jermell is often viewed as the lesser of the two Charlo twins. He's fought not quite as good opposition as his brother and hasn't looked quite as impressive. I think that's fair to say. So why isn't Erislandy Lara calling out the other brother, Jermell? Reason is very simple. Both Erislandy Lara and Jermell are both trained by Ronnie Shields. The same guy. So how are they going to fight if their trainer is the same? Whereas Jermell is no longer trained by Ronnie Shields. He was earlier in his career. Now he's with somebody else. And having seen that, Erislandy Lara's like, okay, let me fight the other brother. These guys know each other very well. They've sparred a hell of a lot of rounds. Being, as they were all with Ronnie Shields originally, they were all in the same camp a lot of the time. So they're very, very familiar with each other. But money talks in boxing. And Erislandy Lara is just looking for big fights. He needs that big payday to make sure that him and his family are set for life. He did have a payday against Canelo Alvarez, but that's the only real big payday that Erislandy Lara's had. Maybe he got a decent amount of money for the Williams fight. I'm not sure. I doubt it was that much though. Williams was well known, but he certainly wasn't on the level of a Canelo. So Lara calls a lot of people out. He's been calling out Triple G. He's been calling for the rematch with Canelo. He's been calling for just numerous different fighters. I'm sure he's even talked about Miguel Cotto. Now he's talking about fighting Jermell Charlo. Personally, I believe him. I don't think that Erislandy Lara is just calling people out for publicity. And that includes Triple G. I've actually got to the stage now where I'm thinking, you know what? I think Lara's serious about fighting Triple G. And the reason why is because he wants that money. Kell Brook, a lot of people would have never imagined he would fight Triple G. Erislandy Lara being bigger than Kell Brook, having been in there with bigger fighters than Kell Brook, like Canelo, so on and so forth. I think he's serious about the Gennady Golovkin fight, to be honest. Where else is he going to get a big payday? This guy just wants a big payday. And I'm not saying he's not going to go in there thinking he can win whichever fight, but his primary concern at the moment is a big payday. Whether that's Charlo, Golovkin, Canelo rematch, whoever. And some people have said in the past that Lara only calls out Golovkin before he's about to fight, before Lara's about to fight, to publicize his own fight. That's not true, because for his last few fights, including his recent fight against Yuri Foreman, he called out Golovkin after the fight. So I'm telling you people, he wants that payday. And same here with Jermell Charlo, somebody who he refers to as being like family. That don't matter to Erislandy Lara, he wants the payday. He knows that Jermell Charlo has got a bigger profile than he does, has got a bigger fan base than he does. So he wants to fight him whether he's like family or not. That's just how it is. How do you see this fight going between Jermell Charlo and Erislandy Lara if it were to materialize? Would you pick Lara? Would you pick Charlo again? Just to reiterate, this is Jermell Charlo, not Jamal. Jermell is seen as the lesser of the two brothers. He hasn't fought as high quality opposition as his brother Jamal has. He hasn't looked quite as impressive. He hasn't looked quite as powerful. So bear that in mind when you are assessing this potential matchup and deciding in your mind who you think is going to win. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about everything I talked about in this video. It's Hatman. I'm out.